That's a beautiful story. And like Tati said, it's mine to tell, so welcome. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Tati Beauty Blendiful or Blendifuls alongside with the Tati Beauty palette. I figured that since these came out, it was the perfect time to bring up this palette that I've had forever. So I feel like I can give you a pretty good and honest review on both. You're going to learn how to do this full face. Spoiler alert, amazing. Enjoy the tutorial and I'll just stop talking. Okay, so we're starting off with a bare face. I'm gonna use my Smashbox mixed with my e.l.f. foundation. This is a little dark for me right now and this is a little light, so I don't have a tan or anything like that. Going with the Tatcha Silk Canvas. I'm going in with my Melaleuca Renew Face and Body Lotion. I keep it in this little thing because the other one is humongous. And lately, I've been loving the Sunshades, what is it? Like a lip balm by the same company. I will make a separate video on this wellness, cruelty-free, like no toxic chemicals, all that good stuff. So I'll talk about that company in a separate video because it truly does deserve it. As you can see, I've been using this quite a lot. I got it a week or two after it came out. Is it Blendiful or Blendful? I don't even know. I will say though, as soon as I saw that this came out, I started using these little like powder puff things to blend out cream and foundation and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, Tati might have been onto something. So I'm very excited to use these. First impressions, I haven't opened this. Blendiful, no harsh lines, XO's Tati. And this is honestly really cute packaging. This actually feels very different. This feels a lot smoother, whereas this is a lot more like fluffy and I don't know, like, oh, they feel good. What the heck? And this is the big one. Oh, this is nice. So as usual, I'm going to be using my Tatcha Silk Canvas. I've been breaking out a lot. Just stress and hormones. Nothing crazy. And by the way, I got a new puppy. Check out my new scar, y'all. Yeah. It is quite a beautiful experience, but also... And I'm going to be mixing my Smashbox Studio Skin Full Coverage Foundation in the shade 2.35, and I'm just gonna do like half a pea-sized amount of that, and then I'm gonna mix in a little bit of the e.l.f. foundation, which is like 2 shades lighter than this, and I'm just gonna dot it like I usually do with any tool. I would usually just dot it on my face first. I'm gonna go right in with the Blendiful, so here goes nothing. This feels really different. It almost feels like you're gonna be like wiping off your foundation, but this is spreading it out really fast. And now I'm gonna pat. Okay, so let's take a look. I'm gonna drag it down. That actually looks really nice and really natural. I'm not mad at it at all. And I'll say, versus using this little powder puff, when it came out, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try that to see how it compares. This little thing is really small versus this is really huge. So this really gets the job done rather fast. I want more coverage on my chin and under my eyes. So I'm, oh crap, I almost literally put that on my eyeball. So I'm just gonna apply my concealer. Oh my gosh, I didn't even take off my mustache. If you guys see a little fuzz, mind your business. I'm just gonna grab it like this, I guess, and start patting it. I don't really want to swipe right here because I do want that to get covered. Wow, that looks really nice, guys. And it almost feels like you're blending with your finger, because this is like, it's not super thin. It's a good thickness to it, but it's thin enough where you can fold it around your finger, so you can really get in there. Wow, that looks really good.
Zombie.
Hey girl.
No, I'm a zombie.
You're a zombie? Ah! This looks really beautiful, and you can just tell that it didn't pick up most of the product. And the fact that it's not leaving any streaks or anything. Well, this is, I'm gonna do powder. I'm gonna use that exact same pointy side that I just used. Alright, this is really crazy. Like, it makes me feel like a pro using this versus a sponge. I mean, I've always liked the sponge format of a blender, but wow, this looks really good. This looks really good. Wow. I almost wish there were like disposable versions of these for my clients, because I feel like I just did this super fast. Okay, and that's it. And my foundation is pretty matte, so I don't have to set my face, but that looks really good. Right, Alina?
Mm-hmm.
Period. Okay, so I'm gonna take my Black Radiance Beauty Golden Almond pressed powder. This is what I like to bronze with, and I'm just gonna take the edge of it and just, oh, that picked up a lot. What the heck? So I'm gonna go ahead and do this side and just use the edge of it to pop it in there. And while it is blending it, I don't know if I'll use this again for like a powder. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this one right here and try to, like, I don't know, I just don't like it too high up, so I'm gonna bring it down some. I hope I don't screw this up, because I don't want it to get too dark. And I always bring it in towards my lip, a little bit in there, and then I bring it up the cheekbone a little bit. So I like to smile so that it's like blended evenly, goes up and down. And I like this brush because I can just stamp it. So yeah, I feel like for the little one, I can probably maybe do it a little better with cream contour. But like I said, I'm just not gonna do that because I don't usually cream contour, like not even on my clients. It's just not, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I feel like I have to go in and set it with the powder anyway, so like it kind of, I don't want to say it's a waste of time for me, but it kind of is, since when you're working on clients, you kind of want to be swift with it, not rushing, but you do want to be a little swift with it. Yeah, you see that got the job done way faster, whereas here I feel like I have to use a brush anyways to complete the contour. So that's the tea on that. I probably could grab this for the under eye. Yeah, I mean, I can use these for literally the same thing that I used this before, so cool. I'm gonna chisel my jaw a little more with another brush, which, just to make sure my chin doesn't look huge. I'm gonna use my Flower Beauty blush. Just smile. Okay, you know what? Maybe I should be using the little one for blush and see if it picks it up as well, because I'm gonna grab just like a little bit and see how that works. So always smile when doing your blush. Oh, okay. I like it for blush a little better, because with this you can just kind of like go around your apple. If you like to drag it up like I do you, boo? It's kind of like a brush, but not really. Yeah, okay. I like this for blush. I really do. And since I do like to go ham with blush, I always like to bring it back from the edges a little bit. Just a little bit, because my blush has to be popping.
I like you.
I love you too, ma. I'm just gonna clean off my lips a little bit because they're looking a little crusty. Foundation, blush, contour done. I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you guys can see. I feel like I really got in there too, like in there. I love it. And there's really not a lot of product on here. I mean, of course it's gonna pick up a little bit, but from what I can tell, it's not soaked up. Like if you spread these little fibers apart, like it's not in there, it's over them, so it is saving you some product. Like I said, I like the little one for the blush. I totally recommend to try and use that and just kind of like use little circles around it. It really did work for me and I like it. So moving on. Now as far as the Tati beauty palette, like I said, I got it when it first came out. I was like, Tati's my girl, she will not let us down. And when I tell you, this is exactly what she said it will be. It is very high quality, like extremely high quality. The first color that I'm gonna go in with is Aura from the matte shade, which is that light matte shade. And as always, you guys know that I like to set my brow bone because it makes it easier to not F up and transfer other colors too high. So I'm just gonna slightly dust that on my brow bone and around this outer like perimeter right here so it doesn't go too out. I'm gonna go right in with Ritual, which is the brown shade, matte brown, and I just kind of like swirl in it. I feel like you do have to kind of like get in there, but they don't go all over the place. There's very minimal fallout on the actual palette. I don't think I've ever seen fallout with these shadows unless like I'm using my finger and I'm using the sequin ones because they are packed, I feel like, a little bit lighter. I'm laying over the second layer. And I like to make my crease really intense. So to get it really intense, like really I could just leave it like that, like that's really nice. But I like it to be really intense, like really intense. So I'll usually go over it twice or 3 times, just like that. And with the right brush, you get the perfect blend. As you can see, these shadows really do blend themselves. I'm gonna grab the shade. I'm gonna mix the shades Story and Soothe because I kind of want a color in between that. So first I'm gonna pick up Soothe and then Story. Just go in between them and let's see what color that gives us. So it's gonna give us like a really warm toned light brown because I do want it to be very warm, but I don't want it to be too orange at the same time. So now we're just blending out those edges just like that. I'm gonna go back in with that concoction and go over it one more time. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a mixture of Ritual and Memory because I'm gonna darken out the inner and outer corner just like that. I'm like doing just patting motions with these shadows. Like I'm telling you guys, you don't get a lot of fallout really. Everything sticks to the brush. They're really creamy, so they stick right onto your eyelid. I'm gonna wipe that brush off just the tiniest bit and then just blend into that crease. Not too much, we don't want that crease to get too dark. I'm gonna take Story Metallic and I'm gonna put this literally all over the lid. Now I'm going in with just my finger. Now the color that this transforms to once put over something really dark, it changes a little bit, so it's not as orange. It just, I don't know, like it mutes it down a little bit. But I'm doing like the whole entire lid, even like over the black that we just did. I like to clean off my finger a little bit and just kind of like go over the edges with my finger so that nothing looks too crazy. With a little bit of Soothe Metallic, and I'm gonna go right over that, but focusing it more in the middle now. Still making sure that that blend is really nice and really strong. I'm gonna grab Ritual and glitter. So picked up quite a bit and just pop that all over the lid because we want some glitter, honey. And to me, this is like a really like grungy, warm, neutral look with glitter. I don't even know if that makes sense. Like, how is this grunge and neutral? Leave that up to me. And that's what we have. So now I'm gonna go back in with that initial brush that we started with, like the browns, and just very lightly go over the outer edge to make sure that there's a nice blend. And yeah, I think I like that. Going with Soothe Glitter, which is that light yellow, light gold glitter, and I'm gonna pop that right in the center, more on the lower half of the lid, to give me a really pretty highlight in the middle, even more of a pop right there. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so I did the other eye, and I actually decided that I'm gonna do the lower lash line on camera because that black went on so easy, and I've used it before, but I literally like dipped my angled brush in it once and like did the whole line, and it was just so beautiful. So I'm gonna show you how to smoke out the rest, and mainly too because you know how it gets in the lower lash line with blending out shadows under there. So again, I'm using like a synthetic angled brush, and it got a little fluffy, so for me it works perfect. And I'm just gonna pat this directly under the black, and it just blends itself like it's crazy. So I just use like swiping motions, tapping slash swiping, and that's the difference between the brown smoked out and the black just by itself. Again, I'm gonna start right here, and I only dipped in it once, so you can see that I was not playing. Like, this stuff is really pigmented and it really goes a long way, and it does smoke out and blend really easily. So it would be worth it if you're starting out. Definitely worth it if you're starting out, because I know you're probably gonna be scared of using like crazy colors, but this has a little bit of everything if you ask me. So to be honest, I would get it if you're thinking about it. With that being said, just watch how it blends, and I'm only using one brush for all of this, using light strokes, kind of like feathering it in a little bit, and it just gave me the perfect blend. And with this, I'm using Story, I think it's called. Yeah, Matte Story. And I wanted a little more over here, so I picked up some more. I'm gonna pick up Aura, and I'm gonna pop that right in the inner corner with this synthetic brush. I just find that using something synthetic over really fluffy picks up the product almost the same as if it were like your finger. And plus my fingers are too big sometimes, and I end up winding like getting this a little just all over the place. So I like to just stick to the brush, and then I just blend it with my finger a little more. But as far as eye looks, that's it. I'm gonna be using my Maxi Lashes in Style Ojitos, and it's just gonna be some dramatic lashes because this is a dramatic look and I'm a dramatic. Okay, so my lashes are on. I'm gonna be using the Kiss lip liner in the shade Brown Nude, and I'm just gonna outline my lips. And I like to outline them just the tiniest bit to give them a little more of like a plump appearance. And right over top, I'm going to use the Gerard Cosmetics, I believe this is Angel Cake, And I'm just gonna go over the very center to give me that like Barbie AF pout. And I always like to add just the tiniest bit more in the center to really take it there. But as you can see, it gave me like a contoured effect. And I blend out the edges just a tiny bit. Okay, as far as the Tati Beauty Blendful, they're not sponges, what do you call them? I'm just gonna call them what they are, the Blendfuls. Definitely think it's a game changer, mainly because of the fact that sponges, like I knew that there had to be something else that was gonna come out soon. Because for example, TMI, a little bit gross, but don't worry, I threw it away. I bought a sponge from, I forgot where it was from. I think it was like either Dollar General or I know it was a dollar store. I can't remember which one, but it was like pink and fluffy. I've been using it on my channel actually, and it was really soft. But then one day I kind of just threw it in my drawer, and then I got it and I was like, crap, like it got some eyeliner on it. And I was like, that's weird, the eyeliner is not coming off. So then I was like, whatever. Then the next day I noticed that the eyeliner started getting everywhere, and I was like, wait a second, that's not eyeliner. It was literally like mold growing on it. And I was like, bitch, what if this is why I've been breaking out? So I threw it away. And after that, I was so grossed out that I was like, I don't even know if I want to use sponges ever again. So I started using my brushes, like, you know, like the flat top kabuki brushes or whatever, and it was working out for me. And when I saw this magical, beautiful, wonderful lady came out with these, I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna order them. But meanwhile, I'm gonna use this as my beauty blender, and it actually worked out really, really good. I just didn't like the shape of it so much. It's round and it's kind of hard to get under there. I mean, it worked, clearly you can see, but I see why she made these the way that she did. Like, these wrap around your finger. You can almost pretty much, it feels like a little finger glove, and you can like go in and really get in there. It didn't pick up a lot of product at all. I don't know if you guys can see, but like when I open it, the product is literally only sitting on top, but most of it was on my face. You guys saw how much product I used, a pea-sized amount of foundation, and it's all on my face. As far as the difference between these, I guess it's just a matter of preference. Like, I would totally just use this for everything, but since I don't want to use color on this, and for blush, I really probably will continue to use these. Like I said, just because of my experience with the sponges, I don't think I'll ever be using them again because of how much bacteria they hold, no matter how much you wash them and how good you wash them. For me, it's a hard yes. The product speaks for itself. We have to be truthful, and you can't make this stuff up. You guys are seeing my makeup and how flawless it looks, and I love it. Which, by the way, I haven't added highlight yet, so you know, I haven't said it yet. Okay, maybe I'm not all the way done. So I'm gonna experiment a little bit. So I'm kind of wondering if I spray it on here, will it like, let's just do it. Okay, so I did that clean corner. That feels really good. Because either way, after I spray my foundation and everything, I always go in and pat it down some to like really squeeze into my skin. Again, I'm picking up my Maybelline Master Chrome and Molten Gold, I think that's what it's called. I'm gonna smile and I'm gonna pop that in the highest point of my cheekbone and apple of my cheek in a way, but still keeping it on the side. Oh yeah, I was definitely missing my highlight. Like, I knew I looked popping, but I was like, something's missing, sweetheart. You need to go ahead and highlight them cheekbones. I feel like I need a little more right in the center. Highlight my nose. Okay. All right, so now this is the finished product. As far as the Tati Blendifuls is concerned, these things work. they make you look flawless. It sped up my foundation process as a whole, so I will definitely be using these. I definitely think I will be using these over like beauty sponges. For both of these, it's like 18 bucks with taxes. I think it came out to be like $20 and some change, which is not bad at all for something that's gonna be kind of like a permanent item in your collection. We'll see how much these hold up and if I have to replace them at all, but definitely recommend these, you guys. This is really freaking good. And as far as the Tati beauty palette, if you didn't get to purchase it with the restock, I am so sorry, but whenever they come out again, you need to get this, especially if you're a beginner. For one, all the colors in here is pretty much a neutral gal's dream, mainly because you have mattes, you have, you know, your sequins, you have your metallics, and then you have your glitter. Because this is the thing, I've never ever been like attracted to neutral palettes. Like, they bore the F out of me. But when I saw this, I was like, hold up, this makes sense from a makeup artist point of view and then from a consumer point of view for many reasons. But my main reason is the fact that I don't like boring neutral looks. I like to take it up a notch, even if it is a neutral color. So the fact that it has glitter in here, I was like, excuse me. Anybody that you know is interested in makeup or is wanting to start, who is a makeup fiend, this is definitely something you should have in your collection, period. Tati Beauty Volume 1 textured, no, what is it called? Yeah, textured neutrals palette is concerned, definitely a must. I don't think I can speak any more highly of it, so I'm just gonna leave it there. You need this in your life, period. You need it. She did it again. Lover or hater, she did it again. And I love that you can like, that is so cute. This is definitely so worth it. All right, now I'm done. Peace.